Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I've not been working this week. I've been on holiday, so I've had a chance to catch up with a couple of movies that I've meant to watch for quite a while. A couple of weeks back, I said I was going to start getting into a couple of major franchises that I'd not seen, knew nothing about, and I thought this week would be the perfect chance to do that. The first one is the M.C.U, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I believe it stands for. Know very little about it. Not what you would call a massive fan of superhero movies. I did love the Superman films of the 70s with Christopher Reeve. I thought they were brilliant. There was a small handful of Spider-Man movies in the 70s that were made for TV but released theatrically. They starred Nicholas Hammond, who also played one of the kids in The Sound of Music. So I enjoyed seeing those. But others, it was mostly TV series. The Incredible Hulk, I believe that was actually 80s. So I've not got what you would call an extensive knowledge of superhero movies, and certainly not the MCU. I used to read Spider-Man comics years ago. I think I've still got a couple up in the attic, but that's about as far as it went. So I thought, with everybody raving about the MCU, it was about time I made inroads into having a look at that. And I started with this one, Captain America. I believe this is the first one. I got a list through from Jason yesterday of the order in which they're supposed to be watched, and it's very, very similar to the one that I got a while ago. So thanks for that, Jace. That's put me in the right, pointing me in the right direction. Started with this one. It's made in 2011, stars Chris Evans, Tommy Lee Jones, Hayley Atwell, Stanley Tucci, who I saw very recently in an amazing drama called Supernova. He's also in one of my all-time favourite comedies, The Devil Wears Prada. So, and also, who else is in it? I don't think there's anybody else of any real consequence in there. The movie starts with a plane being found buried in the snow in the Arctic by scientists. Total mystery as to where it came from, even what it is. We then switch to Norway in World War II. The Nazis, led by Captain Colonel General Schmidt, played by what's his name? Hugo Weaving. That's the guy I forgot. Hugo Weaving. And he's in the process of stealing a relic, an artifact called the Tesseract, which has apparently got ungodly powers. Presumably the Nazis are going to try and use it as some kind of a power source, not dissimilar to when they tried it with Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark. But it's that kind of thing. We all know that the Nazis, especially Hitler, was obsessed with the occult and relics and all that kind of thing. So, and from there, we're transported to New York City, and a young man called Steve Rogers, a sickly, wiry little youth who's desperately trying to enlist in the army, but nobody will take him because of health issues. He's thrown a lifeline by Dr. What's his name? Abraham Erskine. That's the one played by Stanley Tucci. Now he heads a program or an experiment, a super soldier experiment, and he enlists Steve Rogers for this, puts him through the training, and basically it turns him into Captain America. That's about as simple as it gets, really. It's a cracking film. I really enjoyed it. I was surprised how much I did enjoy it. As I say, not a massive fan of superhero films. I mean, the special effects are brilliant. The acting is really, really good. The story is good. I especially like the fact that it was set in World War II. It just gave it a bit of an edge. I thought it was really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The film certainly captures the patriotic spirit of World War II, that's for sure. There's a lot of flag waving going on. So it captures that really well. But if the rest of the MCU is as entertaining as this one was, I think I'm in for a very, very good time with it. I'm looking forward to to future expeditions into it. I've already ordered a copy of Captain Marvel, which is the second one on the list. I've already got Iron Man, which is the third, I believe. I bought that a while ago on a whim. I don't even know why, because having not seen any of the MCU, it probably wouldn't have made any sense. But what was nice was to hear certain names being mentioned in the movie that I've heard a lot about due to a couple of the guys at work. They're always on about the Marvel films. Tony Stark. I mean, these are just names that I've heard bandied about and knew nothing about. Now, all of a sudden, I'm introduced to Howard Stark. How he's related to Tony Stark is anybody's guess. I'll find that out in the coming episodes, I suppose. But it was just nice to put names to these faces. But as I say, if the rest of them are as good as this, and I'm sure there are going to be some duds because there always are. The list that Jason sent me, I think he ticked 5 or 6 that were not particularly good, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Well worth watching. If you've not seen it, and I think most of the world has, I'm probably one of the few people that hasn't seen it, but I'm really pleased I've dipped my toe in the water with this one, and we'll see how we go with it. The other one was this, The Fast and the Furious. Again, never seen one, knew very little about it apart from its fast cars and loud music, and that's pretty much it. The basic story of it is, and I don't really need to tell you this because anybody that's ever come across The Fast and the Furious will pretty much know the story, but Paul Walker plays an undercover cop trying to bust a gang of thieves who are robbing trucks actually on the move using sports cars. They're nicking millions of pounds worth of electrical goods, costing everybody a fortune, and Paul Walker is drafted in to infiltrate the gang and basically bust them. The leader of what we think is the gang is Vin Diesel, an absolute beast of a man. I mean, it reminds me a lot of Grant Mitchell out of EastEnders. It's that kind of thing, bit of a meathead, but heart of gold. But again, I really enjoyed it. The one thing I was surprised about is just how loud it actually was. It is literally, it's loud music, it's loud cars, loud people. I kept having to turn the volume down because some of the dialogue was fairly quiet, and then all of a sudden you go into a scene where there's cars roaring about and explosions, and I kept having to turn it down. But looking at it and having never seen them before, I can absolutely 100% see why these movies appeal to what I would assume is their target audience, which is basically boy racers or anybody that's into fast cars. It's like a wet dream to them. It is literally souped up cars. They look amazing and they sound great. Everybody in the film looks brilliant, cool. So yeah, I can see why these movies work. I did enjoy it, absolutely. I've ordered a box set of, I think, 1 to 6. So I will be taking in the rest of them. The reason I've started this is because there's been so much fuss made with Fast 9 just recently, which I believe has been released in cinemas. I thought there's a series I could do with getting into. That's another franchise that I've made inroads into. But yeah, if you like your cars fast and you like life loud, Fast and the Furious, can't go wrong. So they're the two for this week, Fast and the Furious and Captain America. So I'll be back tomorrow with another video. I've decided to try and do slightly shorter videos, one on a Saturday and one on a Sunday, to avoid the problems that I've had just recently with this software timing out on me. I'd love to be able to sit here and ramble on for half an hour, but it's not going to work. So I'll be back again tomorrow, reviewing, hopefully, this one. To Serve With Love, Sidney Poitier. Absolute 60s classic. So I'll be back with that one hopefully tomorrow. I'm in the process at the moment of writing a review for the website, so that'll be going up tomorrow morning. So enjoy your Saturday, folks, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Take care. Ta-ra.